Welcome to the Advanced Data Management and Analytics course. My name is Hani Safadi, and I'm a professor at the University of Georgia in the Terry College of Business, where I teach Advanced Data Management and Analytics to both upper undergraduate students in Management Information Systems, as well as graduate students in Business Analytics and Accounting. So in this introduction, I'm going to talk about the broad context of the course, Business Analytics, and then move on to talk about the specific of this course. I have linked to this video in the course description. This is just one example of a company trying to envision a business transformation by heavily investing into using data as well as algorithms to improve their decision making. And broadly speaking, this is the definition of business analytics. It's the use of data and computer algorithms in order to improve decision makings in the organization, rather than on traditionally reliance on the intuition experience of managers and executives in the company. Now, this is just a broad definition of business analytics, and there are many terms that we talk about when we refer to the use of data and computer programs in the organization, including terms like business intelligence, data mining, and more recently machine learning and artificial intelligence. Now, rather than trying to come up with a specific definition of each one of these terms, I'm going just to say that all of these terms share the basic commonality of investing into the usage of data and advanced computer programs and algorithms in order to inform decision makings. So my goal here is not to try to define business analytics vis-a-vis data mining. You can look up these definitions into textbooks or over the internet. In my mind, business analytics is a multidisciplinary field because it kind of draws heavily on both the domain knowledge of the decision makers as well as the technical capabilities and also the mathematical and modeling knowledge as well. And all of these are topics that we're going to talk about in this course. The digital transformation led many companies to realize the benefits of using data and the benefits of using analytics in order to make informed decisions in the organizations. And the early success of many companies in leveraging data and leveraging analytics led many companies to realize that, well, we have data, but we haven't converted much of this data to information and knowledge. So when we talk about analytics and technology, probably names such as big technology companies come to mind. But at the same time, there are so many companies, such as this company that I linked to in the description, that have data, but they're also in need for analysts, data scientists, in order to transform this data into information and knowledge via analytics and modeling and the associated techniques. And this is going to be the focus of this course. Now, granted, there are many courses about business analytics, about data mining and machine learning, and I just want to say how this course is different from what already exists there. This course has a dual focus of advanced data management and then analytics. And this dual focus came from talking to many people in the industry, primarily potential employees for our students. And I have linked here to two articles, both in Harvard Business Review and in other source outlet, that talk about the fact that in reality, most of the time spent by analysts is the time spent on preparing data to be analyzed rather than the time spent on analyzing data. And in my experience, just reviewing and looking over mainstream textbooks and courses, is that this aspect of data analytics is often overlooked. There is a lot of emphasis and also understandably excitement about the usage of advanced modeling techniques, which granted, they have their own place and benefits. But at the same time, there is an overlook of the need of sharpening the data management skills of future analysts and future data scientists. So this is specifically one goal of this course, is to focus on advanced data management. Focus on things like data transformation, data cleaning, data integration, data collection. The second half of the course will focus on reproducible analytics. Basically, we'll focus on analytics techniques, some of the mainstream modeling techniques, but we'll focus on these techniques under the umbrella of reproducible analytics. We basically would like to create an analytics pipeline that can still operate even when the data changes. Now, many often this aspect of analytics is also overlooked because there is a lot of excitement about the use of new techniques all the time. At the end of the day, the analytics pipeline has to be sustained and has to operate continuously in the organization for it to benefit from making continuous decisions and also improving on existing decisions all the time. So I will emphasize this aspect of reproducibility in this course, and I also believe that a single technology approach is kind of better suits satisfying the goal of reproducibility. So I think we are blessed nowadays because there are so many tools and technologies for business analytics, for modeling, for visualization, but I believe that a single stack approach brings many benefits. Not only reproducibility, but also reducing friction in between integrating the different steps in the analytics pipeline. And in this course, I'm going to adopt the Python programming language and its associated packages for analytics, modeling, visualization, and so on. And there have been many frameworks put forward for organization to think about data analytics as a continuous cycle, as a pipeline that doesn't end. One of them is the cross-industry standard processing for data mining. And if you take a look at this flowchart, you can see that it begins from business understanding to data understanding. It goes through data preparation, then to modeling, evaluation, and deployment. But then this is not the end, because evaluation also goes through business understanding. It informs our business understanding, and then we need to improve on that process. This model has been extended recently with the Analytics Solution Unified Model for Data Mining. This model extends the previous one by emphasizing the difference in between the development cycle and the deployment cycle. And many often we focus on development, especially when we're focusing on the first step of the analytics. But at the end of the day, the analytics solution has to be deployed. And there is a big friction here in between development and deployment. And I'd say once again that one of the benefits of the single stack approach is to minimize this friction and bringing development to deployment close as much as possible, which is the practice that we now refer to as DevOps. But basically the idea is that whatever we do in the development cycle, we would like to use it in the deployment cycle without rewriting the code or trying to recreate the code in other platforms or technologies. And this is an aspect where the Python programming language shines compared to other alternatives, is that it's not only featureful enough to incorporate packages that covers all of the spectrum of these different steps, but also it's production ready and it's more performing than other competitive technologies that are out there. So let's talk about the objectives and the outcomes of this course. Broadly speaking, there are 4 main objectives. First, learn about reproducible analytics with the Python programming language. So that involves learning about using Python and associated packages in all of these steps that we've seen in the flowchart. Specifically, learn about advanced data management, communication and delivery, mainly using visualizations, and also advanced modeling and advanced data analytics. So some of the topics include the Python programming language and associated analytics tools and packages, data manipulation and handling, data organization, integration, transformation, advanced data operations such as string and dates, data visualization and communication, exploratory data analysis, text analytics, network analytics, as well as machine learning. Now, I have made the content of this course open, so you have access to the source code as well as recorded lectures online. And I would like to thank many people who had really given me so much great material that I built upon. So specifically, Jake Vanderplas made the 2 books, The Real World Tour of Python and the Python Data Science Handbook, available online. You can still purchase the printed books, but those 2 books are available online. Jeffrey here in the University of Washington, as well as with the help of Jake Vanderplas, they created this data visualization curriculum, which is available in both JavaScript and Python, which we use. So that's a great help. Albert Barbasi and students in his lab, they made the network science book available online. I used few lectures from Jen Goldbeck YouTube channel. She also have this really great book on network analytics called Analyzing the Social Web. Now, in addition to all of these people who made materials available and free to use, I would like to thank everyone in the open source community who contributed to creating an open and free ecosystem, the Python programming language and associated packages. It's great that we have access to such tools, and it's great that all of these tools are open. Finally, I'd like to thank colleagues in the Terry College of Business in the University of Georgia for helping me with this course. Specifically, I would like to thank Professor Richard Watson, who used to teach this course and who helped me in the kind of planning stages of creating this brand new curriculum. I also would like to thank Professor Hugh Watson, who also provided similar help and also shared a couple of his articles for me in this course. In terms of the pedagogy of the course, as I mentioned, the source code that I'm going to use is all available on GitHub. Now, I believe in repetition, and I believe that picking up a technical topic, such as business analytics, requires the learner's effort to do things repetitively on different levels of difficulties. So briefly speaking, that will be kind of the overall pedagogy of the course. In each one of the sessions, there are 45 sessions. In each one of the session, there will be an introduction section. And this introduction section is associated with a couple of reading materials. So if you take a look at the course syllabus, you will see that each session, there are a couple of readings from these reading materials that I referred to. And there's also an introduction section. The introduction section goes over these materials. But then there are 2 exercises in increasing difficulty. There is a warm-up exercise and there is a workout exercise. And my advice for you, if you're learning this, is to try to do the readings and try to do the readings in an interactive mode. Many of these readings are also Python notebooks. They involve source code data. So don't just read them and have your computer, your laptop ready. Try to interact with the code, try to play with it so that you can get to understand what's going on. Second, for both of the exercises, the warm-up and the workout, try to do them on your own. Now again, I posted the solutions. I also posted recorded walkthroughs for me doing these solutions. So you take a look at these, but try to do them on your own. The warm-up exercise is supposed to be the easier one. And if you're looking for a challenge, take a look at the workout exercise. Again, you need to do this again and again in order to reach a master level. You need to repeat doing things over and over again at different levels of challenges. I also believe that picking up a technical skill is very much like picking up any skill. Physical skill, like in sports, requires the effort on the learner. The coach is here to provide help, but it's up to you to flex your muscles, and I trust you will do. I hope you'll find this an enjoyable course, and please, you can give me any feedback via email, or you can leave feedback to the recorded lectures, and I'm looking forward for it.